Hey, welcome everyone guys. My name is Apollo and welcome to my video on pointers. So what pointer basically is, it's a special type of variable. Like we used to type out the variable name and specifying its data type and typing out the identifier, the name of the variable. Now what a pointer basically is, it's a special type of variable which in which we have to specify the data type. In this case I'm taking it as int, then starting from asterisk, which pretty much tells the compiler that it's a pointer, so I'm taking it as pointer. So it's basically a pointer and the pointer has been declared. This was the declaration. Now the difference between pointer and a normal variable is that up till now when we were using these variables, actually we were assigning the values to those variables, the numbers. But in case of pointers, you assign the address of another variable. So the variables store values, like this store variable stores 20 value, but the pointer instead stores this x2040 type of address in it, which means that it does not store a value. Instead it stores the address of another variable, which is store in this case. So a pointer will always store an address of another variable. I've taken x204 because address are of the form hexadecimal, so x204 is just an illustration of that form. So pointers have been declared. It's time to initialize them. In order to initialize a pointer, we type out the name of the pointer but without an asterisk, because right now we are going to really assign address to the pointer. Let's say type out the pointer. After typing out the name of the pointer, you have to assign the address to that pointer. So for that, typing out equals to, and to assign the address of another variable. In this case I'm gonna assign the address of store. So for that, for assigning address we use the operator and, which is ampersand, and type out the name of the variable, which is in this case is store. What it would do, it would store the address of store, and it will store it to the pointer. So the address of store, which would be some hex form, and then be in some hex form, it would be stored to the pointer. Now let's print that. So for that we are invoking that print method calling. Now I'm typing address is %x. Now %x because for every hexadecimal we use %x, like we use %d for integers. %x is basically used to display the hexadecimal numbers, which in this case I'm using small x, which is small x to illustrate the memory addresses which are of the form hexadecimal. So that memory address we are saying contains this %d, which means it contains %d, which means the value in this case. So I'm gonna separate it with a comma, and to actually this %x, which means this address is stored by this pointer, which is without asterisk. I told you, without asterisk pointer is used to store the address. So initially I'm talking about %x, which stores your address, so it would be there without an asterisk, and to display your real value, which should be stored in this asterisk pointer, which is having an asterisk, you'll be having this asterisk pointer. So